Matt. What do you want to drink today?
I'll take a Mully.
Great. I'll take the Broken Light.
Cheers.
Cheers! So, crack those open. It tastes good. So, welcome to another, I want to say, episode of Bluebell Beers. And today I've got my friend Matt here with us, and he is with Small Living Co. I want to talk to Matt today because he had a very big part in building this tiny home. He is the head of construction. And I've got a few questions to go over with him and to share with all of you, the audience watching. So first question is, how did we meet?
Well, I've been working for Aaron Markel, one of the co-founders of Small Living Company, for about 6 years.
Okay.
And about 2 years ago, Aaron and Brad approached me about if I wanted to take on a role with Small Living Company. They were developing it. And I said yes. It sounded like a good opportunity. So about a year ago, when you started here, you really kind of helped me out with a lot of the setup of how to structure things I didn't have a lot of experience in, all the management side of things.
Right.
So yeah, I guess we met in the office at first before I transitioned onto site.
Right. And in the SLC showroom, were you a part of building those?
Yeah, I did a lot of the work in those. I helped design them with one of our designers on staff.
Okay. And for the tiny homes here, like this is the Vanguard. How much input did you have in the design of this one?
So for the initial design, we loosely based it off of one of our show models in the showroom, but it was kind of redeveloped by one of our colleagues, Shani Daze. And she had experience living in a tiny home for a couple of years, so we kind of just gave her a blank slate. She worked with some stuff, so we took that, we got it drafted, and then I was working on a prototype back in March and made some tweaks. We developed some different things because space is obviously a big constraint. We added the Murphy bed, we changed up what the ladder looked like, and so yeah, it was kind of a team effort, which it tends to be.
And where does one even like source or find a Murphy bed? Like, did you have to give specific dimensions, or does it come standard? Or
so you buy a lot of the internal hardware in a kit, and then it gives you dimensions. They're pretty good. We made some changes, but you just buy the kit online. And then we do all the cutting of the wood and all of that.
And the trim around it, I guess?
Yeah, and then we added the table, we added the benches.
Nice. And that's a queen size bed that they were able to fit in here, so we can sleep 4 people in this tiny home.
2 queen beds. There's another queen bed right above us.
Yeah, right above us. And, the lots outside are quite large. I think we're, 40 by 50?
So 50 by 50.
50 by 50. So when we're staying here, we can invite friends to come and stay in their tents and camp for the weekend with us in the summer, obviously, unless you want to camp in the winter.
People do
some people do it. I don't know if I will be, though.
No.
Okay, so what do you want to showcase about your work in this model?
I think probably the coolest thing about them, and it's something you'd never see, is that all these units are spray foamed, and that was actually a pretty important design choice that we undertook. It allowed us to kind of shrink our dimensions, maximize the interior space. We had looked around sourcing spray foam contractors, but in the end we decided to take it on ourselves. So we bought
trained, right?
Yeah, we bought a spray foam rig. I went to Cambridge for 3 days of training, certified. We have a few certified sprayers on our staff now, so we're ready to go on that. But yeah, it makes a big difference. I know it's quite quiet in these.
Okay. Yeah, it's quiet. It's perfect for filming today because it's almost soundproof. And it is quite toasty in here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to keep this thing warm.
Oh my gosh, which is really nice, especially after you take a quick shower or something. We're not freezing. So we really appreciate the spray foam in here.
Yeah, and we sourced a low or a high efficiency, I suppose, a Mitsubishi heat pump. And they've been really good help along the way.
Now,
for us.
Is that like this? It's pretty small. Like I've seen heat pumps before. I used to work at an HVAC company.
Yeah.
That's probably the smallest one we can find.
Yeah, so we had a hard time finding one that would run on 110.
Okay.
Most of them are 220, 240. So it is smaller. We don't need a lot here, but I think it could, I don't know the exact the number, but it can probably do double the
Okay.
size. So it doesn't kick in very often.
Same with the toilet. You know, it converts, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't take too much energy. And
No,
it can-
it's no energy. It's a propane fired incinerating toilet, which really solves another issue for us with black water, which we just don't have. So I mean, it's pretty environmentally friendly. I guess you bring in propane, but at the end you get, after 100 uses, you have a little 1 cup of ash that you could actually use for fertilizer.
Yeah, and I think that eventually, where this cottage is right now, we'll be having a full-on composting system outside where we can just bury the ash,
Yeah.
right? So I wanted to talk to you today about what's next for Small Living Co. and for the construction of these models.
So we have a couple ideas, but what we can talk about today is our newer model. It's 24 feet long, so it's 150% of this.
Of this, yeah, it's almost
And
double.
I think the design that we're going with, we have a couple of designs, but the one that we'll launch first has 2 beds in the lofts, and it can really maximize our ground floor space. So
Right.
we can extend the bathroom a little bit. You know, we don't need to have a Murphy bed. It should hopefully be better for extended living. We've had a lot of interest in monthly rentals.
Yeah.
And we have some people who are doing it. It's tight, and there's not a lot of storage. So those are going to be the ones that that are really going to, kick off that medium term rental, or perhaps even like long term living situations.
Yeah, it would be nice to see people living in these and then having people have short-term rentals, come here for vacations, and just having like this sense of community in this tiny.
Yeah, it's more about, we've seen a need, we've listened to our customers, and that's just the next evolution of where we want to take this.
And what's going to be, extra special about that larger unit? Is it going to be, you said there's no Murphy bed, so on the main floor, is there not going to be a bed? So you have more of a space down here?
Yeah, the kitchen's bigger.
Yeah.
There's counters on both sides,
Okay.
the extra bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll probably finish asking you what you love about your job the most. That's a tough one. He's going to have to drink that much. How much, what have you learned from this job? Is that better?
Well, I can do both in one. Like, what I like most about the job is it's giving me the opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
When I started working for Aaron, he hired me as a laborer.
Yeah.
And I had some construction experience, but, not a lot of project management. I wasn't doing my own jobs, but, after a couple of years, I was running basically renovation projects on my own with a bit of help from Aaron. And I've never felt unsatisfied with the job. So every year, every month, I'm always given new opportunities to grow and new responsibilities. So it's good. It's I know it doesn't sound convincing, but sometimes it's a lot. Like with this job, it's been a lot more responsibility. But it's
for sure.
Yeah, it's very rewarding at the end of the week and month. And
like we're sitting in here. It's cozy.
Yeah, we've built 11 units now, and 8 months ago I was building them in a driveway. So
yep, I remember going to that driveway and taking progress pictures.
Yeah.
And have you had the chance to stay in one yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, really?
Well, it's been hard with the baby at home.
Yeah.
So we don't want to take the baby she'll be 4 months right around Christmas.
Well, you pretty much live in one all day anyway.
Yeah, that's it, right? So I'd like to come and stay in one. It's just hard to get away from the family for a night or two.
But even this summer, it would be nice.
Yeah, and she'll be a bit older, so it'll work out really well then.
Yeah, and then you can use the little pools and stuff that they have on a little floaty.
Oh yeah.
For her. Okay, so just to wrap it up, I guess we're gonna say, what are your goals like for the future with this? Like, are you gonna be, leading these construction in the larger units? Are you gonna be, what's gonna be not your position going forward, but your
going forward, it's going to be more of the same. I think as we grow, I won't be able to be as hands-on in the units as I've been so far. So ideally, I would transition more into a managerial oversight role, because I've been doing that and doing the work, and it's been good. But it's hard to scale to where we see the demand being.
True.
But it's been good because we've been able to train a lot of our younger staff. We've been able to bring newer staff on to get them up to speed on quality and timing and everything. So
yeah, and then ideas to come from
yeah,
them, right? And how to, because this is basically all new for you guys.
yeah,
Tiny homes, like it's
Yeah.
not, you don't have a blueprint. You do, but you don't, you know what I mean?
yeah. We
There's
made
no
the blueprint
industry.
ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So you're always learning. Okay, well, thanks so much for coming and
yeah.
answering my questions.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
We see each other not as often as we used to, so it's
No.
nice to catch up.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm excited to see the next unit go up
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
and watching that progress. I'll be there taking pictures. All right, cheers again. Thanks.